If you have multiple locations of taking and then depositing, then probably that can be a very good business.
Legal challenges that you need to take care of, like apart from the license, there are many legal challenges in this.
I am actually not aware of this business because I have never studied that model.
So, but when you're actively participating in a lot of smart city parts, you have your own contribution. So, if you look at the BRTS system, what according to you would be the best practices for a successful BRTS system?
See, there are BRTS, what we are seeing here in Pune, it is a dedicated corridor bus system. It is not bus rapid system. Rapid word is missing here. So technology is also missing. If you go to places like Istanbul or Bogota, out of my passion, I have traveled across the globe and must have made at least from China, Australia, most of the best BRT systems I have seen. There are 5-6 components of BRTS which are very important. One is of course dedicated corridor. Second is how do people cross from the stations, so you require specific special stations. Third is how technology can be useful for people to know what time bus is coming, going, whatever. Fourth is it also requires on-board, ticketing, off-board ticketing, not on-board ticketing. So off-board ticketing and then going on board is faster boarding. And most important is that rapid word means every 2 minutes there has to be a bus. In Istanbul, they operate every 30 seconds. And that too during peak time, they operate long buses, 180 capacity bus. It is like train. So they club 4 such buses every 30 seconds. So almost 800 people travel every 30 seconds. And in our case, bus frequency is 10 minutes. And that too bus capacity is 60. So every 10 minutes, 60 people. And every 30 seconds, 800 people. That is the difference.
The corollary to that is if you are saying that 25% of the time the dedicated corridor is used and the current vehicles, that space is being encroached for the corridor and there is congestion. So, when can the planners see sense in trying to find a viable solution?
Thank God you asked this question. Thank you. See, we have habit of counting number of vehicles. Even today, with whatever BRTS we have, if you count number of people travel on that particular corridor, you will find more people are traveling on BRTS corridor.
That's a natural outcome.
So, we design our cities for vehicle to travel and not people to travel. The day that changes, you will see lot of difference.
Even for the planners, can they not understand that I am using this dedicated corridor for only 5% of the time?
No, you haven't understood his answer. What he's saying is you are counting your vehicles. He's saying count the people. You're not understanding what he's saying.
Let me take it off.
Actually, if you look at the metro infrastructure, it's a very high technology infrastructure. We require rails and signaling systems and all that. But the basic concrete part is fairly less cost. Why do we need to have metros? We can have these bus corridors running all over like a metro. Would it make sense?
See, actually, it is very much sensible.
Yeah.
Istanbul metro carry 45,000 per people per direction. Metro carries almost the same. Istanbul corridor is 1/10 of the cost of metro.
Exactly, yeah.
So, I gave one presentation to CM. In the cost of Pune and Nagpur metro, or take example of Pune metro, they can provide free of cost bus service to all citizens of Pune, only in interest cost of building metro.
Yes. Yes.
Free of cost. They don't need to charge anybody.
So
With 4,000 buses.
So how is the push like? Is it likely to happen or are there?
Those are bigger problems.
political question.
Strong people, bigger lobby.
Yeah.
See, the gentleman asked me a question about number of vehicles. So, automobile lobby always will calculate on the basis of number of vehicles and not on the basis of number of people. So, unless you start counting number of people traveling in particular direction and not number of vehicle counting in number of so our mindset will not change.
Yeah, I mean they say the people who design cities are traveling in cars, so cities are optimized for cars,
Absolutely.
not for public.
He said it.
Great, wonderful.
Good evening everyone, I am Prasad and I am here to present the vote of thanks. So first and foremost I would like to thank Mr. Prasanna Patwardhan for the wonderful insights that he has shared with us in such a short time. Prasanna sir, indeed it was a very good experience personally and there are lots and lots of takeaways that all of us I am sure can take away from this session. So our heartfelt thanks to you.
My pleasure.
I would also like to thank Mr. Sunil Beswani for facilitating the interview, for it to have such a natural flow and also allowing Mr. Prasanna Patwardhan to express himself fully and drive his message across. So thank you very much Mr. Sunil for a wonderful conduction of the interview. Thirdly, I would like to thank Mr. Patanjali for introducing TiE Pune and welcoming everyone here. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the entire audience for sparing the time to make this entire event a very successful one. I would like to once again thank you all for participating in today's event. Have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you.